Hi, this is Momoko. Let's learn music. So in my previous video, I went over the value of notes and how to know the beats of each note. Now in this video, I'll be going over key signatures and time signatures. I'll be going over time signature first. So time signatures are numbers that you see at the beginning of each music. It'll look like fractions, it'll have two numbers, and it's there to identify how many beats are in each measure. So the top number will identify how many beats, and the bottom number will identify what type of note that gets the beat. So these are the most two common numbers or time signatures that you'll see. It'll be right next to the treble clef. So the first one is 4/4, which can also be called a common time, and most of the time you'll probably see a C instead of the 4/4. Now there's also 2/2, which you will also see as a different sign, which is a cent sign. Again, it won't have the numbers, it'll have just the cent sign or the C. Now for these, let's go over the 4/4 first. Now, at the top, it says 4, which means it gets 4 beats. Well, 4 beats of what? Now, if we make this into fractions and make the top number 1, it'll be a fourth. Now, what do we call that instead of a fourth? Quarter. So, there's 4 quarter notes per measure. Now, for 2/2, we call this cut time. Now for 2/2, at the top there's 2, so there's 2 beats. Now if we make the bottom one into a fraction that has 1 on the top, it'll be half. So it gets 2 half notes per measure. Technically they're both the same thing, but it means the beat for 4/4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets 4 beats like that. Now if it's cut time 2/2, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on to key signatures. So key signatures are at the beginning of the music, just like time signature, and it's right by the treble clef. It's right before the time signature. You'll either see sharps, flats, or sometimes nothing, depending on the key. Now, key signatures set the mood, but you might be still wondering, why does it still exist? Because you see sharps and flats throughout the music, even though you have that key signature. Keys, it's just to set the base of the music. Let's say each key is some kind of food dish. So let's say A major key is a chicken noodle soup. You'll need the ingredients of chicken, noodle, and ingredients for soup for chicken noodle soup, right? Now for A major, you need F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So let's put the 3 things together. Now, you can't make a chicken noodle soup without those 3 base ingredients, right? It's the same thing for music. You need some kind of set dish, like you need to know what you're making. And then those sharps and flats that you see throughout the music that's not in that key, those are just people's personal preferences for their flavor. Some people might want to add rice into the chicken noodle soup, or they might want to add different kind of meat in their chicken noodle soup. So now, how to identify the keys. I'll start from the sharp, but sharps and flats both have a set order. So let's go over from sharps. I wrote down every single sharp in their order. It's in the order of F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Now let's say there's 2 sharps. It's always in the same order. So like I said, it's the order of F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Now if there's 2, you just take the first 2, which is F and C. Now you know which sharps there are. So how do we identify the key? So we take the last sharp in that. So the last sharp, well there's only 2, but it is C sharp. Now half step above C sharp is D, which is why this is a D major key. Now for the flats, it's in the order of B, E, A, D, G, C, F. It's the opposite order of the sharps. Now let's go over flats. Unlike sharps where you take the last sharp and then half step above that is that major key, for flats, let's say there's 3 flats. Well, same thing, you take the first 3 because it's in the set order, which is B flat, E flat, and A flat. Now for flats, you want to go to the second to last flat. So the second to last flat is E flat. So then this key is E flat major. To identify if it's major or minor, it's a little bit complicated to explain, so I'll explain in the next videos. Now I hope you understand what time signatures are, key signatures are, and how to identify them. In my next video, I'll probably be going over how to read the notes, like ABCs. Thank you for watching!